gentlemen, our next guest is Ernie Delfin, a community member. He was born in the Philippines, where Ernie grew up and was educated and earned his CPA. In the United States, Ernie began his profession as the founder and CEO of Progressive Funders and Realty Group. In addition to his busy work life, Ernie is a great example of being a positive and active community member. He brings people together and makes our community a better place. Ernie has an impressive resume. He is the past president of the Philippine Institute of Certified Public Accountants of Southern California, the former president of the Fountain Valley Jaycees. He is the president of the Filipino American Chamber of Commerce of Orange County for the year 2007, and even past president of the Rotary Club of Cerritos, where one of his initiatives recognized the ABC Unified Middle School students of excellence on an annual basis. Ernie has established a foundation for the next generation with the primary goal of helping children and youth who are from lower economic areas pursue their education. Finally, of special note, Ernie reaches out beyond our local communities and touches Filipinos around the world, as he is the author of a very popular newspaper column called A Voice from America, published by the major Filipino newspaper, the Philippine Star. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Ernie Delfin.
Oh, that was a long introduction. Thank you.
I know. I wanted to run out and grab a bite about midway through, but because you're an impressive person and, might I say, a snappy dresser. I love your shirt.
Thank you. I purposely did this because this is our national attire in the Philippines.
Oh, well tell me about it. What's the shirt called?
This is, we call it Barong Tagalog.
Okay.
And political leaders, and when we have formal gatherings.
Okay, so it's a more formal attire. You're not wearing it, you know, mowing the backyard.
Oh, no, of course not.
Okay.
This is like the American coat and tie.
Okay.
Basically.
So it would be worn at formal functions, or like you said, for in political situations.
And even weddings.
Oh, weddings. Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Well, that's interesting to know. And so you've been a community member in Southern California for how many years?
Yes, again, as a little background, I came here in mid-70s.
Okay.
So that's over 30 years ago.
Yeah, I know.
And
hey, me too. I came here in the mid-72.
From the U.S. to the U.S.
Well, that's when I came out of my mom.
Oh.
Sorry.
Oh, thank you.
Sorry. I'm so ashamed of myself, Ernie. So you've been here about 30 years.
Yes, yes. And as a typical immigrant, basically the first 5 to 10 years, we work so hard for that economic well-being. We work hard and we achieve what we want to really achieve or dream in the United States.
It seems like such kind of a overused phrase, you know, but that the United States becomes the land of opportunity. It sounds like that was really kind of what you've been able to experience while you were here. You came and there was opportunities and you took the most of them. Yeah,
that's really very typical for the immigrants. There is that book, Millionaires Next Door. The American-born American do not really necessarily see what the immigrants see in the United States.
Right.
And yeah, it's really, my own story is repeated thousands of times or possibly a million times.
Sure.
Not only the Filipino immigrants, but all other immigrants from all over the world.
And even as you've kind of pointed out, you know, people who live here maybe don't always appreciate everything. Like I think you had, in a past conversation, you had said about like the education. You know, people can go and get an education in the United States free from kindergarten to 12th grade. But what's the education situation, or what has it been like in the Philippines over the last 30 or 50 years or something like that?
Again, when the Americans went to the Philippines in the 1890s, they actually started the education system wherein families can send their children to school free, at least through elementary grades. And in the Philippines, we don't have the 7th grade, except for very few private schools. So basically, we started, for a lot of your audience, they possibly do not know that the medium of instructions in the Philippines is primarily English. Of course, we can speak English with our own peculiar accent, but still it's in English.
Well, your English is better than my Tagalog. So
That's
let's put it
for
that
sure.
way. That's so
for sure,
I
yes.
cannot complain about anyone else's accent or anything like that because they know more languages than I do, and
That's true.
That's
And
impressive.
I hope most Americans hopefully would think the same way as you do, really.
Me too. I hope so. If not, then that's too bad for them. You had the opportunity as a past president of the Rotary Club, right, to start a program for ABC middle school students. Maybe you can kind of remind us of how that program works.
Yes, I was a very active member of the Rotary Club of Cerritos for about 5-6 years. And during our centennial year, which is 2005, I was the president. And a year before that, we started this Student of the Month, and we select one every month from all the different middle schools here in Cerritos. That's why I know Dr. Sprigg and Dr. Mary Sue and Dr. Kathy Fraser too. So I have lots of friends here.
Excellent. And that's so great to be involved and that you've come and had a positive experience here and that you're willing to give back. Sometimes it seems like people just want to see how can it benefit me? What can I get out of it? And you are such an important part of the community and you've done many positive things and you wanted to give back. And that's something that's awesome to see in the community.
I believe that, and that's really my, if I can at least say something to my community, especially, again, the immigrant communities we're in. A lot of different nationalities live here in the ABC School District. My challenge really is after they have achieved their economic dreams, like after the food, shelter, and clothing, especially if their children are already done college, I think I really challenge everybody to give back to the community. What we do here locally, sooner or later impact our world that we live in, and I really believe that.
Oh, that's awesome, and it's great. It's awesome to see that you're not just paying lip service; that you're putting action behind those words too. So I know I appreciate that, and I think the community does too. I had a chance to head over to the Pinoy Bistro and sample some of the food over there, and we're gonna check that out later on. So I've had a chance to sample some Filipino cuisine, and I have to say I quite enjoyed it.
Oh yeah, we are all surrounded here, and that's Cerritos has lots of Filipino members of the community, and of course at least a dozen restaurants around here.
Just in this very small area. I mean, you really, and that's great for the community to be able to be supported that way and keep ties with their culture and through those means, through food and customs and language and all those kinds of things.
There is a saying that it's so easy to love or to learn about the Filipino by just memorizing 5 F's, meaning family, food, fiesta, your faith, which is 85% Catholics, and faith, saving faith. So
yes.
Once you understand that, you can have a Filipino friend for life.
Oh, that's so awesome. Well, I'd like to consider you my friend Ernie, and thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you.
And it's been great.